And we are out in the Cleveland, and we're in a Tier 6, 7, and 8 battle with 1 submarine, 3 destroyers, 4 cruisers, and only 1 battleship on each team. A little bit lopsided on the teams here, looking at this. It looks like they have an extra Tier 8 destroyer. And I'm not seeing where the imbalance is on our side. That might have given us a extra good cruiser. Oh, I see what's happened here. We have a fail div. We have Tier 5 Chun King divvied up with Tier 6 Mackinson, and that Tier 5 is changing the balance here, and that's never a good thing. Whenever you're in a division, you need to stay at the same tiers. Here you got a Tier 5 up against Tier 8s. I hope he knows what he's doing and can stay out of trouble. Alright, well anyway, we spawned closest to Alpha, and so our Akatsuki and our submarine are moving up on that. I'm going to work my way around behind the islands. I am not an island camper per se, but I will use these islands as cover and fire over the islands as much as I can. That way, when I am detected, that I have that little bit of cover, and if the battleship or some of the cruisers start to fire at me, then I can go ahead and tuck in behind those islands and protect myself somewhat. However, for the most part, I'm going to stay on the move. Cleveland is an open water gunboat sort of a cruiser. She doesn't sit still. She likes to be shooting on the go. And there's the first of their DDs, the Cossack. Not out here far enough to be able to do anything about that yet. Here in just a second. Here we go. Okay. Now let's see if, well, that Cossack is dodging. He just realized that I'm over here and he doesn't like his situation at all. Okay, that put a couple onto him, 6 of them in fact. And there's some more. If my team doesn't finish him, I will, I think, with this one. Oh, not quite. 5 more. There we go. That should do it. And I'll be darned. Our submarine's the one that did it. Okay, well anyway, the Nachi is over there and he can't see me right now. So I'm going to sit back here. I can get my aft guns on him. My forward guns are hitting the island, but I'm still putting 6 shells on him, so we'll do that. And every time somebody hits him, it's resetting the cap, so he's not getting any points off of it, and he just went nose into the island, so too bad for him. I just told the team, focus on him. Don't let him get away. Now I've got all 4 turrets on him, and that, oh, should have done it. I had a torpedo protection hit. I didn't aim quite high enough. Okay, this will get him. There we go. Okay, good deal.
Our team has taken the lead.
And we already have taken out 3 of them.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Both of their Tier 8 DDs are down. The Yukikaze and the Cossack are down. And the Nachi is down now. Oh boy. Okay, the Tier 8s cannot be dying early. That is definitely not good for the team. Alright, well, we are in Alpha Cap. Going to have that here in just a moment. I see that there is a Pozarski. I don't know how to say that. It's a Russian name. Pozarski up ahead. So whether I spotted him or my team did, there he is. So let's start working on him. He decided he didn't want to be there and he's pulled out. I think maybe our Chungking and Mackinson just saw him. Okay, I thought I might be able to get some AP shells on him, but he's turned away, so working on him again with HE. AP is no good at an angle, not with these guns. If I have a good broadside, I can do damage, but I have a fire on him. So far he can't see me. Now he can. Alright. He had just moved forward into that gap, but he's not looking at me. He is distracted by that Chungking that's in front of him. And Mackinson finished the job. Okay, good. The Chungking, though, is damaged somewhat. Alright. Now, I'm telling the Chungking, go up there and capture Bravo. He can do that safely. I'm going to turn around and I see that they are rushing our Delta Cap. And we only have a Kagero over there. For some reason, our Benson and our Uganda are leaving the cap. Okay, so I just clicked on the Benson and told him to go to Delta. I don't know if he gets what I'm saying, but I don't have time to type. Okay, Uganda is saying attention to the square in F6. I don't know what he sees. Maybe the submarine is over there somewhere? I don't know. Anyway, we're heading up toward Delta as fast as we can. But I'm a cruiser, not a DD. I am barely making 31 knots. Edging up toward 32 sometimes, but I can't turn and make speed, so going as straight as I can. And I am
all stations protect that target. All
out
stations
of range. I believe my range is 16.8.
Affirmative.
And these guys are at 17 plus. Getting close though. Getting close. As soon as I get up here, I'll start popping away at him.
An enemy submarine.
Alright, there's the sub, but he's out of range of my depth charge flights. My airplane dropped depth charges. Okay, well, these shots might clip the York. He's moving toward me, so yeah, there we go. Oh, 5 shots hit him and started a fire. So that helps. Especially because the York is quite a fire starter on his own. I've had some pretty good battles in my York. I took my York into brawls recently and did real well with them. Okay, now we're getting shots at that Auckland, who is not shooting back. Oh, that's why he was focusing on our big Garo. Well, that's too bad. Didn't want to lose the Kagero. Okay, now they're taking shots at me finally.
Enemy submarine spotted.
Don't want to give him too much broadside. The Auckland shoots AP. I think that's all he shoots. Alright, that got him. Now, those are his torps. Now York gets torps too, so I'm going to hit my hydro. There we go. And got him. Goodness sakes. Okay. Well,
Torpedoes direct front.
that took away
Torpedoes to port.
all but 3 of the enemy team.
Torpedoes to
And
port.
we've only lost 2. We've lost the Kagero and we've lost our, I cannot quite read, Podarsky. Okay, we lost our Podarsky too. Pozarski. Silly. Okay, London. You are probably stuck on that island. So I'm going to loop just over. Oh, I'm still missing though. Don't know how I'm missing. Okay, let's try this. Shooting over the island. Giving a lot more lead this time. There. And blind firing a little bit there. Okay. He couldn't resist. He wanted to take some more shots. You know, when you're in trouble, sometimes it's better to stay dark once you go dark. But he made the choice, and now he's going to suffer for it. His shells actually hurt a little bit, too. But not when they miss. Okay, hey, that got me a Confederate. Lit him on fire. And he put it out right away. So if I light another one, he'll burn out. But I don't know if he'll live long enough to burn up. We might be able to finish him. He's smoked up, but he is still detected even though he is smoked up. Darn. But I'm having trouble hitting him. Why am I not hitting him? There we go, finally. And one more. He's healing. He gets a heal. I forgot they do. Okay, he's out. Oh, submarine just here. Okay.
Torpedoes to port.
Drop those depth charges on him. And his torps are not going to get anywhere. And that did it. And the Kraken. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yes, I think that Cleveland can totally do that. So we ended up with 88,394 in damage, which is a pretty good damage evening in a light cruiser like that. 171 target hits. 136 of them did actual damage. The rest of them just bounced off or shattered or hit things that weren't going to hurt. 5 ships destroyed, 9 fire set, got 4 defended ribbons, got 1 hit on that submarine with the depth charge, and even had 3 secondary hits. That's kind of funny in a light cruiser. Ended up with a Confederate, which means that I damaged 6 or more enemy ships for 20% of their base HP, their health. Got that Kraken with the 5 kills, and then earned a high caliber, which was to damage 4 or more enemy ships, where the damage caused was at least 30% of the total HP of all of the ships on the team. And ended up on top of the leaderboard with 1,761 base XP with the Akatsuki right behind me. Good job, Akatsuki. Comp to you, and you got a dev strike. Oh yeah, that would do that. Okay, so our potential damage was only 250,000, so not that many shots being fired at me, and those that were Must have hit something because they didn't rack up the potential damage that I would have expected. So I took out that Auckland, which was a Tier 8, Natchez, which was Tier 7, and London, which was Tier 6, York, another Tier 7, and then the Cachalot, Tier 6. And pulled in 319,000 in credits, earned 2,329 in free XP to help me along the line with any of my ships or captains, and then 531 Elite Commander XP, and then 10,607 in Commander XP for this captain, Richard Connolly. I have been working on him now for, I'd say a month or so, and I've already gotten up to Seattle. You see Seattle down here, but I haven't done too much with her because I am really wanting to get this captain worked up to have him available and have Cleveland be ready for the clan battle season that's coming up. Then that's going to be a Tier 8 clan battle season. So right now I am running Last Stand and Incoming Fire Alert. That Incoming Fire Alert is definitely a helpful skill to have when I am kiting and dodging shells and open water gunboating and all of that, which I certainly was in that battle. Demolition Expert lights those fires. Survivability Expert gives me the extra HP that I need to survive till the end of a battle. I can take a few extra bad hits and still keep going. And then I have Concealment Expert cut my detection down to 9.3 kilometers, which is pretty decent. That's very decent. Now I am working my way up to where I'm going to have radiolocate next. And then after I have RPF, then I'll work on some of these others. But I'm saving up these skill points to get that RPF. Now Cleveland, and you see her in this pretty Go Navy camo. She has another camouflage that is a little bit, I don't know, it's just a bit odd looking, so I don't use it. It's got a great big eagle on the front, on her bridge, and all of that, and it's just a little bit too exotic for me. But I do like this patriotic camo. So we have the two turrets here with 3 barrels each, and 2 turrets back aft with 3 barrels each. So we're looking at a total of 12 shells that are headed down range. These other turrets that you see here are secondary gun mounts, so they're the ones that probably did that little bit of damage and that I had noticed earlier. However, I have no control over what they do. I just hope that they do it. And I don't have any kind of torpedoes or anything. What Cleveland's are best at are lighting fires, putting out a lot of shells in a hurry, and then she has radar. And I really like having that radar. It's a 9K radar, which is what you get on the light cruisers. With the heavy cruisers like Baltimore going up to Des Moines, you get the 10K radar. With the light cruisers from Cleveland going up to Worcester, you have the 9K radar. But I do have 32.4 seconds that it's operational, so it's not great, but I usually can put some good hits on a DD when I catch one in its smoke. And then I run hydro, and that hydro is good out to 5K. I generally am using it more defensively to avoid torpedoes, but every once in a while it'll help me locate somebody on the other side of an island from me. And then I have main armaments mod 1 to help keep the guns from getting knocked out. And my radar, this is going to extend my action time by 20%. I had to pay a little bit of coal for that, but it's worth every bit of coal. And then aiming systems mod 1, which you see me use over and over so that my shells hit what I'm aiming at. It's tricky though with Cleveland because those shells have a very high arc, as all the USN ships do. And so when something's dodgy and I'm firing at any kind of range, I have a hard time hitting it, but I put out so many shells, I just keep on shooting. And then I'm running steering gears since I am an open water gunboater. I would rather be able to avoid incoming shells rather than using propulsion mod, which is really good for the island campers to push their nose out, take some shots, and then tuck back in behind the island. I am no good at that in Cleveland because if they can see my nose at all, I can be blapped right through it. And then I have concealment systems mod 1, which is going to help me get that detection down to that 9.3 that we saw earlier. Always more important to lower your detection range than it is to do something like being able to outsteer shells and things like that, because you can't always depend on that. But if you can go dark, then stay out of trouble. That's what keeps you alive a little bit longer. And then when the battleships are looking at somebody else, they've gotten bored waiting for you to show up again, and then they take their shots, that's when you can get in your shots. All right, so that was a good battle in Cleveland. I'm glad to introduce her to you. I hope you had a good time with that one as I did. All right, well, have a great evening and hope to see you in battle.